Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, we're looking at the 100% free and awesome
SuperImpose V for victory.
It's wicked. You're going to want to stay. But first, we're going to kick off with a brand new track from our beautiful, talented, amazing friend, Just Naya. This is When the Curtain Drops.
Darkest, dirtiest where the blossoms show. Don't you ever tell me it is not okay to have a little naughty side, to live in your own way. Keep your rainbow, shine your silver spoon, while I will keep on running barefoot and howling at the moon. Someday I will change all the rules. If I fall on my face, it will never be forgotten. I can embrace 1,000 times of hit and button. Don't hesitate. Hit me up when show is over, ask me about separating wheat from clover. Next thing I knew I was deserted, crying high and dry. I know all I have is where I go. If I fall on my face, it will never be forgotten. I can embrace 1,000 times of hit and button. Don't hesitate. Hit me up when show is over, ask me about separating wheat from clover. We weren't meant to dance to what others play. Weren't meant to lock our souls away. If I fall on my face, it will never be forgotten. I can embrace 1,000 times of hit and button. Don't hesitate. Hit me up when show is over, ask me about separating wheat from clover.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. That was Just Naya Medved, who's been on this show before, interviewed her, and in my opinion, she is the Björk of the YouTuber sphere here, amongst all the amazing artists that you can find across all of the wonderful channels. And there's just something amazing about her music and her philosophy on life. She's very much an inspirational human being to me. She came on my show, was utterly honest about dealing with having MS and the struggles, and she just continues to put forward amazing songs that say the same message every time. Just live. Just take chances. Live. Be. Exist. Don't let the weight of the world crush you down. Take a chance. Do what makes you happy. All those things. And she does it so beautifully. Really talented artist. There's a link pinned in the top of the chat, as always. Go and sub her up immediately. For those times when you're feeling shit, you're feeling down, just go over to her channel and just go listen to a couple of songs and you will feel inspired. She's utterly creative. Her children are involved in making her video clips. Her partner, she makes many things from very little, and it's very inspiring to me. She's one of my favorite artists. As you can well tell, I'm excited, like Big Kev. Who am I? I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS, where every day we get to listen to an interesting artist at the start of the show and take a look at apps and creativity and making stuff and interesting interviews, possibly, and mental health and well-being, and we play some live music on the weekend. I perform like a monkey for you on the weekend. What more do you want? What is wrong with me? I'd like to make a welcome to all of the Wart Warriors who pay $1 a month to be a Wart Warrior and get custom emojis in the chat. And you get your name mentioned at the top of the channel. It rotates daily and changes the names around, which is really cool. Plus, you will get access to this coming Friday, the amazing, the stupendous, unmissable television, YouTuber's vision. The How to App on iOS Wart Warriors quiz number 2. Number 2, Electric Boogaloo, is happening this weekend. So if you are a Wart Warrior, we have 50 seats open. There's 50 Warriors members, and you can get in. The link will be in the members community tab, and yeah, you can play. There are no prizes. It's all just for fun. Thomas Christ won the last. Hey, thank you very much, Audible Video. You get the Dancing Man. Thanks for the sticker. Hey, you. Thank you, Kurt. So Thomas Christ won the last quiz, so everybody's trying to knock Thomas off the top of the ladder. He's going down. Last time the quiz was about community members in the YouTuber sphere, and this time it's just about general music. Russ wrote 50 amazing questions, and it's going to be a heap of fun. So if you want to become a Wart Warrior, Thomas actually put the little link in there. You got to find the join thing. There it is. And you can join for $1 a month and partake in all of the fun. Alrighty, let's say hello to you all, because I know you want me to get down to this today, because this app today is the bee's knees. It's wicked. It's going down as one of my apps of the year, 100%. And the year's almost over. And it's just that good. And firstly, I want to thank Welton Kinder for pointing this out to me. It was on my interview with Welton Kinder that he first told me about SuperImpose X, which I love. I use all the time now. I moved everything across to SuperImpose X. I love it so much. And then again in the chat here, Welton Kinder popped in and said, do you know that there is a new app? That is the worst Welton Kinder singing voice. What am I thinking? What's going on? I'm an idiot. All right, let's say hello to you all before I totally turn into Pete Johns and get arrested for bad impersonations. Leela, what's going on? You just missed Leela. She had a fantastic show over on her channel where she messes around with apps, music chat. Hello, Fat Panda Cat. Hello, Panda Get. Got it right. Boom. Jim Shannon on sounds. Gregory O'Sullivan, what's going on? It's a mixed club. It's happening. It's Thomas Christ. Audible Video. Who else do I see in my magic mirror? Guzzo of Oz is in the magic mirror today. Man, this coffee's really good. Hello, Joe. What do you know? Cold Acres here. I should start Thomas Christoph with a 10-point handicap. That's a good idea, actually. 10 points is a bit harsh. 10 points is very harsh. That's harsh. Hello, Audible. Thanks for the super chat again. Who else did I see? I saw someone here. I wanted to SM Borthwick. Scott, good to see you. And where is he? I can't. Valerie Bat is here as well. She says hello, Thomas and Scott and Frank. Great show, Leila. Now she's gone into lurk mode. She's in lurk mode now. I did see also Frank Terzo. Hello, Frank. There's John. What's going on? Sorry I missed the show yesterday. We'll be watching later tonight. It was a good show. It was fun. I did a short as well. So you've done lots of shorts too. So if you don't have Riffler, then you're mental. You're mental. Hello, Pete Johns. What's going on? Have I missed anyone else up the top here? Jim Shannon. I think I got you too. Let's go back down to the bottom on my list. Pete, I'm glad you're here because, Pete, you really should be paying attention to this app today because this is an app that you can definitely show on your channel. It's definitely something that's going to be right up your alley, my friend. It's free. And guess what? LumaFusion's been given a run for their money. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd say, oh my God, a free app has come along with no hooks, no strings, no subscriptions, no stuff like that. And it's giving LumaFusion a massive run for its money in simplicity and features that LumaFusion doesn't even have. It's a big call, you may think, but it's very true. All right. If I have missed you in here, just yell at me in all capitals, and I'll pay attention if I can, because we've got a bit to go through today. This is an incredible app for the amount of $0. I will be repeating that a lot today. $0 effing dollars. Unbelievable stuff. Let's get over here to our price drops. There we go. So price drops. OBXD AUV3 is down about $4, $3 or something. OPL Shimmer, Chameleon, Digisticks. So 4 Pockets in on the game now. Future Drummers dropped in price. Eventide, all their apps. Spatializer, GeoShred. There's still a lot of stuff on sale. Some stuff has disappeared. Hello, Russ. Good to see you. Russ will be joining me on the quiz on the weekend, on Friday, hosting. Magellan, Cauldron. There is still a lot of apps on sale if you have missed out. Fundamental. Galileo, Maxima, Trooper. There's still a whole heap of apps. Now, I wanted to show you, and normally I'll go over here and show you SuperImpose V, but I can't find it on AppSliced. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's weird. I don't know why it doesn't exist, but it is free. So you don't need to go here to look for it because it's totally and utterly 100% free. Tomorrow, Jim Shannon. Tomorrow I'm looking at the, tomorrow, let's show you that. So tomorrow we are doing... Tomorrow, all in one really big show because it's the best way, I think, to do it, I've decided. I'm doing all of the new unfiltered audio apps all in one show. Basement, Needlepoint, Lo-Fi as Fuck, Silo, and Tails. All in one freaking show, man. It's going to be fun. Mamsy Graham, what's going on? Good to see you. Tremor Bear, hello. Just in time for the free app. I'm going to say it a million times today. So that is happening tomorrow. Oh, did I mention, by the way, too, that in December, just Billy Good from Faith No More is coming on the show. Anyway, so this app is free. It's 100% free. What is it? What is this app? So if you've seen my show on SuperImpose X, SuperImpose X is kind of like an alternative to Photoshop. Really powerful, easy to use photo editing tool that's, not as full on as using something like Affinity Photo 2. And it's only cheap. If you have a look there, if we go back there, SuperImpose X is only $4.99. It's very, very cheap. And I did a show on this. I know many of you have got it now. I switched over. I use it for everything. My SuperImpose X, I use it every day. As you can see, if I jump over, here's my SuperImpose on the front of the screen. As you can see, this is where I make my thumbnails. every day, you know. I just love SuperImpose X. And the beautiful thing about SuperImpose V, apart from being free, is that it is integrated into SuperImpose X. So if you're in SuperImpose V and you need an image, you can just jump over immediately into SuperImpose X, make something, and that file will be accessible in SuperImpose V. They are totally integrated into each other, and that's what you want. That's really, really cool. So who is this for? This is for those people who have been umming and ahhing, thinking about, should I get LumaFusion? It's a lot of money to invest. It is. It's a lot of money. And then there's story blocks and all that stuff you've got to consider as well. And a lot of these people are using iMovie. And, you know, it's a big jump from iMovie to LumaFusion. This is where you want to jump to if you're afraid to take the plunge, don't have the money to take the plunge to LumaFusion. And this will probably make you very, very happy using SuperImpose V, because it's really easy to use and the features are just, mwah, ha ha, it's a Mario. All right, let's open this sucker up and get into it, shall we? Boom. This is what you see when you first open the app. So you'll see no projects, but I have some projects in here because I've started doing my shorts in here instead of LumaFusion. So I've already done 2 shorts. These are my little short projects here. What do we have? What's this little button here? So this is nice. You've got your little what's new section. So whenever there's an update to the app and it gets updated, you can click over here and it'll tell you all of the things that have been new. So this only really just dropped, but already there's been 2 updates. We've had a critical bug fix. Plus, I love this. I messaged the developer and was like, hey, why can't I import audio from the Files app? And he messaged me back and said, check the App Store. There's already an update. And there was an update waiting for me. And I even sent another message to him yesterday about something I would love in it. And he said he's added it to the list to add. So amazingly, this is going to continue to get updates, which is great. That's what we want. If I click up here, the little balloon, the little hot air balloon, we've got some options here like enable touch indicator, which I have on. So when you can see these little dots here for shows when I'm touching the screen. I'm going to add live photos because now he's also added the ability to import the Apple live photos that when you touch, they animate. So that's cool. You can decide the default segment duration. So whenever you import a photo, you can decide how long that photo is going to go for. So if you 2 seconds, totally up to you what you want to do. We can click here, 2 seconds, up to 10 seconds. We'll leave it at 2. I normally have it set at 6 for LumaFusion. Pixabay video download. What? Hang on a minute. For free, I get access to Pixabay. What? You heard right. This is wicked. You do have Pixabay video, and you can choose Ultra HD 4K. Really? We'll just leave it at 8. Oh, I've put it to Ultra. We'll leave it at HD for now. Because I still do everything in 1080p just to be safe. So pretty damn good. You've got your about little thing here. Just tells you about stuff. You've got your what's new, which is the little link that was up there. Some privacy, terms of use. Instagram you can follow, and you've got an email down the bottom if you want to contact the developer. Boom, we're off. There's your basic settings. Nothing too complicated. It's going to rot your brain. That is the really good thing about this app is it shouldn't be too overbearing for you. If LumaFusion kind of does your brain in a little bit, this definitely won't. Yeah. All right. So we'll open up. Shall we open up a project? Well, first, let me show you this. I made this really quickly last night. Let's go here. And I'll just make myself disappear. I made this within about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Check this out. Pretty cool. Now you notice if I go back and play that again, check this out, we'll play it again. Watch the speed the spaceship comes in and then stops. So it comes in fast and then stops. We're going to hear more about that as we go on. Okay, let's get back over here, bring my ugly head back up. So let's open up a new project. Pretty easy to open a new project. Down here's your big plus button. When you have projects, there's a little 3 dots on each of the projects which you can delete, duplicate, or rename. What I would love for the developer to add is an export project. I would love to see that in here. So I can export the project over to another iPad or over to my iPhone to continue working on it over there. That would be really cool. That is one thing that's missing, but hell, you know, that's getting pretty picky. So yeah, let's hit the plus. And the next screen you are given is this selection screen. So you'll obviously, when you first download it, it'll say choose. You have to give access to your photos. But you see down here, you've got access to all your folders that you've made in your photo library. So that's nice. All right, and all your photos and videos are here. And then down the bottom, we have, here it is, stock images from Pixabay for nothing. Get effed. Just what? Pretty damn cool. So you've got photos and videos, and just to, like, you know, you can search for whatever you like in videos. Just to blow your mind quickly, let's just go to our search bar and type green screen. And voila, look at all these rain effects. All these free green screen things with planes and sharks and skulls. And look at all this stuff. Ooh, yeah. It's really, really nice. Boom. So pretty cool. So you've got the option to choose stock videos or photos straight away. And then we have this little custom tab down here where you can create a brand new palette from fresh. So these are all your templates. So you've got a 1 to 1, 5 to 4, 4 to 3, 2 to 2. You've got your 9 to 16 for your what are they called? Shorts, for your Instagram reels, all that stuff. 21 by 9, you got 16 by 9, all these different sizes here. So you got all that. And then we've got this mask lib. And see this mask lib here, this is where it's connected to SuperImpose X. So if I jump out of here, shut that down, jump over to SuperImpose X, in my mask lib section over here, there's my mask lib section. So what mask lib is if I'm inside of a project, say I'm inside, let's open a project up here. For example, this thumbnail with Psy, and I just want to save this image of Psy. So I would scroll down, find the image of Psy here. There he is. I'd select it and see how it's all selected. And then I would go up here to save it, and you've got the option to do a mask lib. So let me just select Psy. And now I can save Psy as a PNG, as a mask lib. And now it has put Psy into the mask lib section. So if we jump out of here, start a new project, there he is. He's been added up the top here as a mask lib. So it's like a PNG, transparent PNG. So now if I jump back over here, hopefully it works. There's Psy. Look at that, already updated, ready for me to use his transparent image here within this wonderful video editing app. Save a lot of time. So you can just jump into SuperImpose X, make an image, remove the background. There's your transparency. Bring it into file, into this, and you're off to go. Plus, this is the latest update that has just been added. The ability to drag things in from the Files app. For you, Russ, today, $69.99, but only for you. And yeah, as you can see here, you can import anything from here, from the Documents app or wherever you'd like, from your external hard drives, iCloud, Totally up to you. Fantastic. Let's open up something just using a stock image, shall we? Can you invert masks? Yes, of course you can. You can invert masks. You can do all of it. The question is, why would you ask that? Why do you not already have it installed on your device, Audible, making things with it? Oh, that's right. You don't make things. Sorry. All right, so let's go and find. What shall we do? We'll go and find over here some video, just a background. Let's take this snowy field here. Let's take this. We'll grab this. I'm going to click on this, and you can click multiple. You can click multiple things. We can grab this one as well, because you can have multiple tracks. So we'll hit the little tick button, and it's downloading now from Pixabay. Pixabay, here we go. And I haven't really pushed this yet to see how many tracks, but last night I did have 5 video tracks and 3 audio tracks and a whole bunch of effects. And it seemed like there was room for more. You better watch out, LumaFusion, they're coming for you. So you can see here's our timeline, and we have our 2 videos that have been imported. Lovely jubbly. So pretty clear interface, nothing you're going to get too messed up over. What's nice up here is here's your home button. This takes you back out of your project. So as soon as you create a project, it's done. You jump back out home, it saves. Now every project you make is called Untitled. So you can go in here and rename this. We'll just call it test, hit OK. So now it's got a name at least. We can open it up again. We have this handy dandy little question mark up the top here, which takes you straight to the video tutorials that are available on YouTube. Really wonderful to have these here. And as the developer is uploading more tutorials to the YouTube channel, they get added into this within the update. So that's really nice as well. So if you get lost, you've got some little things here to remind you how to do things. Yes, we have an undo and redo button. We need lots of those. We've got a full screen up the top here. So click this, takes you to your full screen. You can hit play. You touch the screen. You've got 10-second forwarding, your play button, AirPlay, all that kind of stuff. A little volume up there as well, so that's nice. And here's where you export. So when we click on this, and you've got some options. You've got a lot of options here. So if you've got video, and if we click the arrow next to video, we can export in 360, 480, 720, 1080p, 4K, a whole lot of frame rates, all the way up to 60. We've got H.264 AVC and H.265 HEVC for codecs, and you just hit save. That'll save it to your Photos app, or you can share it and share it anywhere else. So you could hit share and then share that over to do AirPlay or whatever, not AirPlay, thing where you send it to another phone, save it to your Files app, all up to you. You can save these things as a animated GIF. So you've got how many, the resolution for your GIF, frames per second, or if you want a transparent background. So if you've made something that's an animated GIF that has the background removed, there you go. You just click transparent background, and there's your animated transparent background. Wicked, awesome stuff. I've got a separate app that does all that stuff. So now it's all in this. Fantastic. We've got an image sequence here. So we can put together image sequences with high resolution, frames per second, and you can save these as PNG, HEIC, JPEG. Plus, you can do a current frame. So you can actually save an image of a single frame that you're currently on in the video. Nice stuff. Boom, there's all your options. We'll keep this set on video at 1080p. What else do we have? So the little eye, you'll see this little eye down here. Makes tracks visible and makes tracks invisible. All tracks will be hidden. All tracks cannot be hidden. So you can go ahead and do all of that. Down here's your format. So while you're in a video, you can change the format. So we could change this to 9:16. Now it's ready to go for a short, for a YouTube short or a Facebook reel, whatever you would like. And you can go back to 16:9. Really easy to flick between things like that. You have the background color of your video. So you can choose any color here, hit the plus, and you can use a picker, or you've got all your colors there. Really nice. You can do all of that stuff. Super easy. And here's where you add your tracks. So we'll talk about adding tracks here. And boy, do you have some options. Photo and video layer, sticker layer, text layer, shape layer, adjustment layers, audio from device, which will open up your Files app or allow you to import music from your Apple Music library. Thanks, Russ. You can have my copy. I was going to give you it for free. Smart ass. Anyway, I thought the football was still on. Anyway, folks, you probably missed Russ over the last week. He's been away. He's been watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So you can also add Pixabay music. What? Pixabay sound effects or do a voiceover. Pixabay, what? Okay, cool. Let's have a look at our tracks. So you can pinch to zoom and you can see my little finger point stretching there. So you can see I'm just pinching the zoom there. Scroll along your timeline just by dragging. And when you click down on your video, it highlights and has these, let's zoom in a bit. Oh, it's a bit low. It has these handlebars that it's a little bit to get used to. So you can see here, here's 0, but the handlebars go over. So I like it. I think this is really clever stuff. I would love if LumaFusion did this. These little handlebars just give you that little bit of extra past the point to grab onto, to latch onto. So if I grab there, I've just got that little handle and it always goes over the point. So where the line is here is the actual start of the clip. Really like that. When you click off it though, you'll see you've got these little arrows that are replacing here. And if you click on those arrows, automatically what is brought up here are your transition effects. And let me tell you about transition effects, folks. Like, no way. Look at them all. There's so many. And they're even set up into different groups like motion, dissolve, distort, glitching. We've got Mac. We've got shapes. So if I grab it, so you don't even have to drag it on. You just click it. And now that is done. So that has now been added there. You can decide the length of it while you're here. And it gives you a quick preview of how long that'll be. We can go back, make it shorter. But it gets even sexier because you'll start seeing around here these little squiggly lines, this little S line. Click on these, and these are amazing. These add speed to your transitions. So they give you these bell curves where you can decide how you want the transition to go. So it can start off slow and then speed up. So you know when you're watching a really cool movie with lots of effects and everything, like, you know, a Marvel movie, and there's some big space scene and everything's coming at you, and then it slows down and then speeds back up. You can do that with these effects. So something like a bell curve, like one of these down here. So if I choose that, it comes in really quick. Or if I choose this one here, it speeds up at the end. We can do a reverse of that. You can do even like bouncing effects. So that one came in way too. It's probably not going to be best using this kind of, see that, how it bounces in? So you've got, this is an amazing feature. Yeah, it's ease in, ease out. So Kurt's an expert. He knows. He should head over to his channel and check out all of his movies he's made. Sorry, Kurt. You always ask for it, mate. Or you can just have a basic one here too. So so you'll see this option to ease in here or ease out is everywhere. Everywhere. Just like the ability to add nodes and animation. So we'll get to that next. So if we turn that off, let's grab this cube here. What have we got over here? We've got like, and there's just so many cool effects. Some glitching stuff there. Another glitch. Look at that one, fancy pants. And these can all be slowed down. And again, you can decide the length of it. As soon as you change something, it gives you another representation of what's happening there. And you've got simple fade effects as well. Look at that one, a spin in, like an album kind of thing. And when combining these with, oh my Lord, when combining these with some other features, you're going to see some amazing stuff. So clock ins, I mean, look at that, beautiful. LumaFusion, why can't you give us some of these, man? Or just your usual fade, typical fade, there you go. Hello, Mike and Dawn. So there you go. And you can add these at the end. So if we scroll on over here, now you'll see there would be normally a triangle at the end here, but because these clips are next to each other, it's joined. So now we can click on here and we can add an image that will do the transition to the next piece of footage. Like so. Like so. Like so. Really good. And at any time, we can grab this, we can jump out of here and grab this file and pull it away. And now we have the option, the little triangles are back here, and we can have the option to just have a normal transition out with some space between. All right, so there you go. Now we can go into this one, hit the triangle, add something here. Or if you don't like that, you know, you can bring them back together. As soon as you bring them back together, they'll snap and be locked. And there you go. You've got a wonderful transition between two clips that just look great. Really fantastic. So there's a look at transitions. Now you can use these transitions not only with video, with photos, with text. It's wicked with text as well. So that's lovely jubbly. Let's click on here again. Let's run through some of the options you have down the bottom. So when you click on a file, you have a split section and you can trim to the left, you can trim to the right, you can split straight up the middle. Oops. Now you've got to make sure your pointer is on the thing that you have selected or nothing will happen. So there we are, split, done. Nice and easy to split. And look at that, it automatically connects the two clips together. Automatically, as soon as you split them apart, if you've got a transition already in there. And we can hit undo and we're back out of there easily enough. So there's your split options, super easy. We've got opacity, of course. We can turn down the opacity of any of our clips. We've got a transform here, so we can edit, we can flip. We can flip V upside down. We can rotate. We can fit to screen, all your usual stuff, or we can fill screen. So pretty standard stuff there that you would get with most editing stuff. Audio. We'll come back to audio because there's heaps of features for audio as well. Speed. Here we go. We've got speed here too. So we can, with this, speed up the video, which is great, and it's really easy to do. So up here, this is your little timeline. You'll see you've got ×2, ×3, ×4, ×5, and this is backwards. And you just drag back or drag forward or pull back. And so that nice speeder, and you can do speed ramping on here as well. Absolutely, you can do speed ramping, which is wicked. So how do we do speed ramping? Let's take this cursor back to the front here, and we'll set this to like 1x speed. We'll hit pause, take this back to the start. So currently we're set to 1, and if we move this in a little bit to about here, you'll notice this little plus down here becomes white. If we take it to the front, it's not, you can't click it. But if we move it in, we can now click on this and we can add some speed ramping here. So now we can speed this up. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it right. Am I doing it the right way now? Yeah, so is that right? Just make sure I've done it right. Or do we have to use custom? I think we have to use, here we go. We have to use custom. So down the bottom here, we have a bunch of presets. Let's look at these first. So you can see this preset down here, PR2. You can see it speeds up, slows down, and then speeds back up again. Zoom. And it ramps back up like so. Wicked. And we've got this one here. If we hit play, so it's nice and fast, slows down. So you've got a bunch of presets you can go in and play with here. Or you can pause this, so we'll take this back to start. You can set a custom. And we'll just go back to basic and set a custom. So in here, you can draw wherever you like. And if you want to add a point, here's where we have our little plus thing. So we can add a point there. And now when I play this, you can see we've slowed right down. So if we go back to the start and hit play, we're going to ramp up and ramp down. Really amazing. Did I tell you it was free? Why is my camera so ultra colored today? That's so weird. Fancy pants. There we go. And to clear these, you just go back to your basic setting, or you hit the reset and that'll reset everything back to basic. Super. And when you finish with it, so we've set this, you just hit the tick button and you're good to go. Done. We'll do a custom reset. And you'll notice, let's talk about this before we go on. We have dynamic and original. These are important because if your clip has audio and you're speeding up the video and slowing it down, the audio will go and speed up with it. So you can actually set the audio pitch to be dynamic and move with the speed ups that you have, or you can keep the audio at original. Good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll jump out of there. So that is a quick look at your speed options. Freeze options. Where do freeze options come in? So this freeze button is really cool. If I move the arrow across here and say I want to take a screenshot of something, and because I'm going to use some kind of effect where I need a still shot, you can take a still shot with this. So basically when I hit the freeze button, it clips out a still shot. So you'll notice as the snow's falling, it's put a little clip in there because we've got these. Let's get rid of these. We'll do that and we'll get rid of this transition. So when you take a freeze, see how that has frozen? So you can do these pauses in the video where it's still rolling. So just say you've got a skateboarder and they're doing a jump and you want to freeze that moment, you can freeze that and the audio will still be going. You could still have music going and then it kicks back in and starts playing, yeah? So we can do that with a piece of skate footage or something I can find later, and hopefully you get what I mean by that. So that's the freeze button. We can undo and get rid of all of that. Another great option to have in here. What the hell? We have reverse. Boom. So we can reverse our video. Takes a little bit of time. Just to why it does this is it's making a backup copy in the mental hard drive of the iPad. So now we've got everything going in reverse here. Snow is falling up. Cats and dogs living together. Which is a really cool effect. What's going on? Axiom's Underground. Really cool effect. And if I don't want that, I can hit undo and it's going to go back nice and easily because it takes that time to make a backup in the memory to be able to go back, yeah? All right, what else do we have? Because there's lots more. Freeze, reverse. We have person masking. And we also have text masking. We'll come back to masking in a second. Let's have a look at the effects, because this is where things get woohoo. Effects. Now, really easy to add an effect. You can see there's a add effect. There it is. So to get rid of the effects, you click down to bring them back up here, and you've got this little add effect, and boom, off we go. Look at all these effects. So we have color management, and there's a lot of stuff here. Adjusting colors, shadow, highlights, color mixing, inverts, color effects, color themes, vignettes, grains, threshold, pasteurize, hue curves, saturation curves, luma curves, selective colors, replace colors. Man, colorize, color maps, RGB splits, color fills, linear gradients, radial gradients. And that's just the first section. Boom, we've got masking. Yes, chroma key. We have green screen removal. We've got luma key if we want to remove just any kind of background from here. We've got linear masking, bilinear masking, radial masking, angular masking, rectangular masking, eclipse masking, flash masking, fucking text masking. Are you kidding me? Shape masks. Blur effects, motion blurs, zoom blurs, spin blurs. It is creepy that it's free. This seriously should be at least $5 just to really, do I like it better than LumaFusion? That's a good question. It's so much easier to use, and it's got, I hate to say it, it's got a lot more. It's really easy to use. It's really good. And did I mention it's free? It's free. Yeah, that's one of the best points. I know people are going to be very happy about that. But we have sharpening, light blooms. Distorted stuff. So all these crazy distorted digital noise. Dizzy effects. What the hell? Let's add a dizzy effect to this. What does that do? And once you add an effect, it gets added down here, and you can actually move these around, layer them on top of each other. You can layer heaps of effects on top of each other. And when you click on the effect, you get a whole lot of options here. So if we hit play, wow, look at that. We can change the amount, change the RGB split. We can add a delay to this. So really cool. Now, while we're here, you'll notice, see these little diamonds at the end here? Guess what they are? They're keyframes. Every single thing in the effects, everything, this amount, RGB split, has the ability to keyframe. So we can put in here, we've got a keyframe there. We can go, boom, put in a keyframe. We can move this, and then we can change this effect. And did you see the second keyframe just automatically added as I put that in there? So now we're going from this effect will change. And look at that. Look at the amount of it changing as it heads to the keyframe. No subscription, no nothing. Yeah, boy. So there's our keyframe button. And again, each of these keyframes, if I pause this, has, if we move this clip back, whenever you're in the middle between the two keyframes, you can add our little in-out squiggles here, and we can decide how we want this to go. Let's do a there. So when we hit play, so not only do we have a fade in there, we're now jumping over, and this easing curve is going on at the same time as the effect. You can see the effect happening here. It's moving, and it has an easing curve into it as well. Jeebus! And to get rid of any of your points here, you just click up here to remove your little keyframes. Get on the keyframe. It changes color when you're on it. Doosh. So you'll know if any of these effects have the ability to add keyframes if there's a little triangle here. You can actually click on these and turn them off if you don't want them at all. So there's that too. So there we go. There is our Dizzy. We've added a Dizzy there. And again, we can jump back into effects and we can add something else on top of this because there's so many more effects. We've got like this CD scratch thing. We'll add that. And you can change up and down. You can layer them. So we can have this CD scratch below. Click on here. Let's hit play. What does this do? So there we go. You can see it's like adding this CD scratch kind of effect here. And again, they all have key points there. Wicked. We got a quick transition there. All right, let's jump in and we'll remove these. Really easy to remove these. Delete, delete. There, your effects are gone. I was just getting used to LumaFusion, says Scott. It's probably not too important, but does it work on an M1 Mac? No, unfortunately not. I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure I didn't see it available on M1 Mac. SuperImpose V. I think it is only iPod, iPhone, and iPad. All right, let's jump back in. Can you just bring the color up on one bit whilst the rest is black and white? You can do that. Yeah, of course you can. You can select things. I'm going to try and cover as much as I can. So we're going to go a little bit long today as usual because there's a lot of stuff in here. We're only really at the very bare surface here. So these were distortion effects. Then we've got edge and text effects. Look at all these text effects. Man, we got like electric edges and shit. We'll get to those. We've got some stylizing effects in here as well. So pretty usual stuff like stained glass and pixels, all that kind of stuff. Neon glows, transforms. Oh my God, you can make shapes animate. It's nuts. It really is nuts. Plus, we've got some really cool, like, generative things you can do. Some really interesting generative things you can do here. All right, let's jump out of this. Let's start layering some things. So to get out of the effects thing, you've got this little arrow down the bottom. That brings you back to your toolbar. We'll go past effects here. We've also got replace. So you can replace. You've got a duplicate. Boom, you can duplicate, and it just adds another one immediately after. So it's a little bit different than LumaFusion. Instead of adding it on top, it just adds directly after. And then you've got delete right at the end if you want to delete your thing. So with replace, it just takes you back to your photos section so you can grab something out of here and replace it directly. Boom. All right, let's have a quick vape. Shall we bring in something green screen? Let's start off with bringing in a green screen image, yeah? So we'll click over here. Let's grab a photo and a layer. We'll go to stock video. Let's just put in green screen. You can put in chroma, whatever you want. You can seek something specific. Now, this isn't the entire Pixabay library, trust me. It's fairly good for nothing. But it's absolutely not the entire Pixabay library for sure. So don't get too excited. We've got a lion. We've got this. We could grab this sucker here, this tiger. We'll add this tiger to our mix. There we go. So there we go. We've got a tiger. And we'll bring this tiger, we'll pick it up and drag it back to the start. Really easy to do green screening on this. So we can just click on it, scroll to our effects, add an effect, let's go to the masking and green screen chroma key. Then you click on your chroma key section and we want to match the color. So you choose your color, grab your picker here and drag it to the color. That's done. And now you can mess with your threshold to remove the green edges. You've got a feather around here. And look at that. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? That was like super duper easy. And with some of these effects, you can scroll up and down. There's a whole lot more features. So you can see I just scrolled up there and there's an invert. So if I hit invert, nothing happened, but we'll show you more on that later. So now we've got our little tiger in there. Pinch to zoom. You can grab, shrink down your lion like that. There we go. Hit play. And here he comes. Come on, big boy. Look at that lion. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him go. Too easy. Simple to add your little stuff in. And we could make, we can do keyframing on this as well. I'll show you what I mean. So let's, we've got this selected. Let's put a keyframe at the beginning. So we'll move this back to the start. And here's our keyframes here. So if we click a keyframe, you can see the keyframe's been added, done. And let's move it forward a bit as he comes in. Let's add a keyframe here. And we'll just pinch and make him a little bit bigger. And then we'll go and put one right at the end. Let's go right at the end and put a keyframe here as well. And we'll shrink it back down again. Make it really small. So you can see keyframing is really easy to do. You can see it already stretching. I love how it shows you what's happening on your screen as you play the file. How many tracks does it have? It's a good question because I pretty much had 6 video tracks running yesterday, no problem, and 2 video tracks and audio tracks. I don't know what the limit is. I really haven't pushed it to its limit yet. So, yeah. Now, chroma key doesn't have to be green. If you've got a black background, it works because you can choose that color background and it'll wipe out all of that stuff. And again, we can now go in, see now between these 2 keyframes, right? We can set a curve here. We'll just choose something weird. And then we'll go in between. And so you can see that curve is selected in between these 2 frames. And now when we move between these 2 frames, we've got the option to add another curve. And now when we jump out of here, we've got 2 easing curves happening. Of course, it's going to look silly for this tiger, but you understand. You can see it pulsating, speeding up. So you can add all your keyframes as well for speeding up the thing, and you can layer a bunch of shit up in this, which is really, really sweet. So there is an animation there. Let's try adding some text on top of this. So really easy to add text. We just go over here, find a text layer, and there it is. We can grab this and stretch it out. Remember what I said with the handles at the beginning. So the handles will go over the end. So it looks like it's bigger, but it's not. They're just something to hang on to. Same reason goats have horns. And then once you select your text, you are good to go. You just tap on the screen where it says tap and it brings up your text edit. So we can just put like a tiger. Like a tiger. You've got your left and right, center, so all of that. Boom, there's our text. Now all you need to do is click on that, double tap on the actual text box here, and you're given all of your text. So you get options. So you've got heaps of fonts to play with that are included. Plus, if you've installed your own device fonts on your iPad, which I've done a show on, you can hit device fonts, and you've got things in here like the Evil Dead font that I have installed. Plus, if you scroll up, you have all these options. So you can fill color, fill style. You can have stroke style, so you can add a stroke to this. Horizontal spacing, so you can stretch out your text as well. You've got vertical spacing for double lines. You can center. So here's where you can move things around off the grid, right? And we go back to 50%. And that's your X, so X and Y. You've got a rotation anchor, so you can set your rotation anchor. See the anchor in the settle in the middle for when you're rotating. So you can move that wherever you want. Really, really fucking good option there. Your angle, scale. You can change the scale within here as well, or you can just pinch to zoom. It's totally up to you with all that. Your shadow opacity, shadow radius. You can add a shadow in here, offset shadow, curvature, and you can do things like this. So we can set this at 0, and we can add a keyframe. Let's add a keyframe. Boom. And we'll add a keyframe at the end. And this one at the end, we can turn up this. So now when we go back, look, we can even animate our text doing a fancy animation like this. How much memory for this app? It's 88 megabytes download. It's under 100 meg. I know, you're waiting for the catch, aren't you? Everyone's waiting for the catch. Like, if you download it, your head explodes. Yeah, it's all for free, except you get leprosy. That's the downside. So how good's that? You can just animate that text really simply, and then again, you can go in and change the curve of this. Let's put that there. So now we should... Look, it's trying, it's kind of elasticizing. And then off it goes, nice and quick. Really good. I absolutely think so, Welton Kinder. Now, if it wasn't for Welton Kinder, I wouldn't even be aware of these apps. It was Welton Kinder who introduced me to SuperImpose X when I interviewed him here on the channel. And then he reminded me that this was out as well. So, yes, you can animate the text. Super good stuff there. What else can we do with this text? Let's remove this tiger. We'll get rid of this tiger. And because we've got another video clip here, let's take this. Let's bring this video clip up here. So now we've got 2 layers. And look how easy it is to drag stuff around. Really easy to drag stuff around. And we'll click on this, and so now we've got 2 videos on top of each other. We don't need this text anymore. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to show you how to do some really cool text stuff as well. Let's do this. Let's show you this. So on our top video, we've got 2 videos here. I'm going to take this first one and drag it back a little bit. So it changes over to this text here, to this video here. And now that we've got this top video clip selected, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I've used DaVinci. I've got it on my PC. I just hate using PC. But DaVinci's coming for iPad soon anyway, so that's going to be interesting with something like this. Hard to compete. I mean, really, if you just want to put together videos, this is pretty damn good. So now that I've selected this clip, I'm going to head over to Effects, and let's add an effect. And you'll notice here on our masking, we've got this text mask. I'm going to click that, and straight away, we are given a text mask. And you can see underneath, the video underneath is showing in that text. How cool is that? Super easy to do text masking with this. We can click on this and change the text to whatever we want. Let's just do adventure. Adventure. And we can change the size of it by pinching. We can change the font, so we'll give it like a lemon milk font. There we go. It's nice and adventurous. And we can scroll down here and with this text, we could even invert this. So now just by clicking invert, we've flipped the 2 videos around. So now when I hit play, look at this. La, 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 la. Sweet. But wait, let's make it even more fancy, shall we? Let's add we'll skip down here. Let's go to the beginning of this clip. And let's add, what can we add? Let's add a keyframe. So we'll add a keyframe here. Actually, we'll go in here, go back to our effects, onto our text mask, and we'll add a keyframe. So we've got a keyframe now at the beginning, and we'll scroll this to about here, add a keyframe, and in this keyframe, I'm just gonna pinch the zoom. We'll zoom this all the way in. We'll center it a little bit. Let's move this around. So it's all zoomed out. So now if we go back to the start, you can imagine what's going to happen here. You ready? How cool is this? Boom! It was a bit fast for what I wanted. But that's where we can stop now. We can go back here, back to this keyframe, and we can set a curve, and we can set something really slow, like set this curve here. So when we hit play, the adventure comes up, it's nice and slow, and then it whoosh, zooms in and gives us our video underneath. How nice. And you can do this with anything. Anything that, because not only do you have the option to add, so to make this, we went into this video here, we added an effect which was called a text mask, but we can go in here and look, there's so many different masks. We have linear masks, we have circular masks, so we could do a rectangular mask. You can make your own transitions, basically. We could do like a love heart mask. So there's our picture in there, and we could animate this to pretty much do the same thing. So we can go to our rectangular mask. We could take the size, let's take the size of this right down kind of thing. So you could maybe have it, whoops. Let's just make whatever size we want. We could start it down here in the corner, and we could hit a key point, say after this, a key point there, and then we could drag this, set a key point at the end, and we can drag this in like so, easy as pie. Change the bounce if we want, whatever we want there. Jump out of here. I don't know what this is going to look like. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go back here and see what we got. So you can literally do anything. Do anything you want with masking. Masking is an incredible tool, very powerful. Here we go. We're zooming in here. Bada bing, bada boom, 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 boom. Now I'm obviously not going to go through everything here today because there's just so much you can do. I don't know if what I just did is going to actually work. Yeah, here we go. So look, it just came in and went back. And it came in and went back because we set that. And it came in just as the transition was happening. Plus, you know, you've got transition. So when you click off, you can go back here and set a transition to this at the start. You can add so many things. It's utterly mad. It's madness. It needs to be stopped. It's out of control. All right, let me have a drink. Let's I'm going to just show you I'm going to show you a tutorial, one of the tutorials, just so you see how it works. The tutorials are really cool too. Because I don't have time to build this thing, just to show you some of the creativity you can do. It only goes for about a minute. So to do that, I just have to hit the little triangle here, just to give you a good idea of what you can do with things with masking. So
in this video, we will learn about masking in SuperImpose V. Masking is a technique to create transparent area in a photo or a video layer, to reveal what lies behind that layer. We are going to use masking and some other tricks to create an interesting video like this one. Initially, I have this video clip loaded into the project. Let me first grab an image from the end of the clip, when the person is out of the frame. And I can do that by using the freeze frame feature. Remove the last part after the frozen frame, and then move the frozen frame into a different track. Now we can use the frozen frame, which is the background of this video, to make the person disappear. But we do not want him to disappear suddenly in a frame, but want him to disappear at a particular height. And to achieve that, we can make use of a masking effect. Go to the Masking tab, and then select the Linear Mask tool. This tool creates a gradient of transparent area in the layer.
God, that woman's voice is sexy.
Let me reduce the gradient, and then rotate it to cut out the bottom part of the frame. Adjust the timing and the position of the mask, to make the person disappear exactly the way we want it. As the person touches the ground, he stands up and reappears in the frame. To make him disappear completely, we can animate the mask up, after he touches the ground. And as we have already learned, we can use keyframes to do that. Add a keyframe here. And move the mask up, which creates another keyframe. Now let me add another twist into it by adding an image. The idea is to make the person disappear into the palm. We are going to use another masking tool to do that. But first, we need to remove the background from the palm. I am adding the Luma key effect. Luma key can make pixels transparent, which are either very bright or very dark. In this case, the background, which is white, is very bright compared to the palm. We can touch the pixels that we want to make transparent, and the app will update the settings to make it happen. I need to tighten the threshold manually a bit, so that the pixels from the palm do not become transparent. That is nice, we have completely removed the background from the hand. Now let me flip the layer horizontally. And now adjust the position of the hand. Also, increase the length of the hand clip, to cover the entire video timeline. Now let us play it.
Really, really quick and easy to do this kind of stuff.
That is perfect. But we can add a few more
close to
things
perfect.
make it even more interesting.
But yeah, a bucket would have been much better. I agree, a bucket would be much better.
Let me add keyframes to make the hand move out.
You can do a lot of this stuff in LumaFusion. I just think it's probably a longer way around to do it. This definitely has made it a lot easier to do things.
Perfect.
That, you know, in more professional.
Let me also add an easing
I hate
curve
saying the word more
smoothen
professional.
the movement of the hand.
So we don't think we need that now. So we can stop it. Stop. Thanks. But there's plenty of those tutorials which just help you out with these things. So you can see there's a whole bunch of them. We'll have a look at some flaming text and stuff. I think what's really good about this, it makes really professional stuff that's normally very hard to do a lot easier with a few simple touches. So that's what's really good about this. Much more user-friendly. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. So, I mean, and it's not like, it's the same with, doors. People say, which door's better? As Pete always says, and I always steal his terminology, it's all ones and zeros. It's the same here. It's all ones and zeros. Like, it's just this interface is a lot easier for users. I think this is going to be much more ideal for people who are afraid to make that jump to LumaFusion. You know, a lot easier to jump to this kind of thing. Now, while we're on this, let's just add some more things here because we've got a whole lot more other things you can add. So we can add shapes, we can add stickers. We've got a whole bunch of, we've got GIFs, man. We've got Giphy, just straight into Giphy as well. No ads at all. No ads, no hidden prices. We've got, even if you weren't going to use this for anything of making video and you just wanted to grab a GIF to put on Facebook, this is where you go. You just grab your GIF. You got nothing else in the no watermarks, nothing. No watermarks, nothing at all. So we can grab this GIF if this is all we had. And the beautiful thing about this, let's pinch this in. Come on, pinch. Just say we were, in fact, let's remove this. We can come back to this project. We'll delete this. For example, we start a new project. We'll just start a custom. We'll just do a square, open it up. We'll add a sticker layer. And I want this. I just want to make a GIF to put on Facebook. There it is. There's the GIF. I can now go to export. All right. I can even like stretch this, make it fit our full thing. There's our GIF. I can go to export up the top here. And I can save it as a GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it. You've got a GIF maker as well. I've got individual apps to do this. I don't need it anymore. I have a GIF maker in here and instant connection to Giphy. Amazing. Amazing. So really fantastic. That answers your question. It can use animated GIFs too. Yeah, absolutely. And live, you remember at the start I said you can import your Apple Live photo videos. So it imports those as well. Really sick stuff. Let's jump out of that. And I don't want that, so we can delete this project. Goodbye to you. Here we are back over here. So not only that, we can add shapes. So we can go in here, click on shapes. Here's our shapes. We can add a shape. Look at all the shapes, man. We've got stars and we've got Batman masks. And all of these can be animated. It's too much. It's too much. Here's our little, we've got our little Batman head here. Let's just jump out. We need to put this over here. So we've got a little Batman head. We can change the size of it. We can put it up here in the top corner. We can animate it. We could add like a thing here, add an animation, and then move the keyframe here. And in that animation, we could spin this around. So now when we go back, off we go. I mean, you know, I'm just dicking around here. So really, really great stuff. It's all just totally up to your imagination. So shape layers, let's talk about adjustment layers, because adjustment layers are really important. So with a lot of these things, if we just take this this video here and I click on this video, right, and then we go over to our effects, I can add an effect here, and this is where our adjustment layers are. So we've got things like adjust brightness, contrast, shadows, highlights, all these kind of things. Here's your basic adjust, and it gets added down here. And when you select, you've got all these options. So usual stuff, brightness. And again, all these can be animated, yeah? So brightness, contrast, we can add a bit of contrast there, some exposure, whatever we want. We got offset, tints, so warm and cool, temperature, warm and cool, saturation, go black and white. So all these stuff can be animated to hue and all that. So that's all in here as well. But once I do that, that effect is baked in now to that particular video clip, just that video clip. So now if we go in here to our effects and I remove that, because we don't want that, we've got a little bin here, and the little eye turns it on and off. So we've got that for all of our tracks. So we'll remove that clip. But what I want to show you is overall, so here you can set adjustment layers. So you can create a layer on top. We'll stretch this out. make this the whole video. And this is a non-destructible adjustment layer. So now that I've selected that, I can go into effects here and I can add an effect and add an adjustment layer, which will affect the entire image and everything in there, the video underneath, everything will get affected by it. So really cool non-destructible stuff you can add in there as well. And if we get out of here, you can see the whole video now, even the text and the video underneath has had that change. Can you separate the audio from the video? Yes, you sure can. We haven't got to audio next. It's next. So there's your adjustment layers. And, you know, you've got with your adjustment layers, you've got all the things, everything, you know, stylize. You can add a stylize across all of them or just an individual. So now this will affect the entire video or wherever this goes. So if we jump out of here, wherever I drag this to, it will affect. And I can even add a transition to bring it in. Yeah, look at that. So and there's our transition to bring in that effect that's over now all of the video. It's just whopping. It's whopping. So we'll remove this adjustment layer for now. Let's add another thing. So down here we have audio from device. So this is a new update. You can go in here and choose your Files app. And we can add any audio we want. We can go to audio share. What have we got in audio share here? Some music. Now it looks like it's unable to select these. I thought at first, hang on a minute, they're kind of grayed out. Why can't I select them? But it's not true. It's not true at all. Let's grab... Why is it not working? It's made a fool of me. Well, there we go. Can I grab one of these? Okay. Damn. Why? You've got to hold down. Hold down. That was it. Oh, man. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go add note. Damn. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I know why. It's because we're in here. We're in the truth. Get info. I don't know why it's not opening. That is really weird. Bizarre. Let's try this. Let's try jumping out of here. Because I added audio last night to my clip, so I don't know what that is about. Add audio from device, files, go to audio share. Actually, we'll scroll down and see if... I can't grab any of those. They're all copyright. I don't know if it's a bug, but this wasn't a thing for me last night. What's this? Relaxing farm noises. No, that's what I used to go to sleep to. That's my porn. Let's just grab this. For some reason... All right, so we've added... Maybe it is only... maybe it's only MP3s and M4As. We'll have to have a look at that. Because it worked for me last night. I imported a M4A. So there we go. Maybe go into... You can't import from there. No, there's no way you can import from outside the app. But now that we have some sound... Do we? We should have. I'm just going to reset my sound card. Make sure we're good. Nope. Awesome. I love live stuff. We definitely should have some sound here. But I can't see it. Let's go to volume. Volume's there. I don't know. I don't know because it was in my track last night. So that's interesting. Maybe it is a bug. We'll have to have a look at it. We'll have to have a talk to the developer and see why that is. Anyway, let's see if I can. Do I have another one here that's. Is it muted? I don't think it. No, that's muted. That's not muted. And my sound is all up here. So, you know what sometimes helps? Oh, I reckon I know what it is. You ready? You ready? There we go. So, what happened there was I had stuff running in the background that was taking up the audio. That's my fault completely. I had stuff running in the background that was hogging the audio. So you have to make sure you have things closed in the background if you've got something set for the audio. So that's my issue. I'm still not sure about importing stuff because you should have been able to add anything because I've done it before. Let's see. If I go to audio share, I'm going to try it again. No, and for some reason, it's not allowing me to add WAV files where I could do it last night. So interesting. We'll talk to the developer about it and see if it is a bug. But we do have sound now because I want to cover this.
This is not another love song. It is about.
Yeah, I don't know, Leela. I'll email him after this and we'll see if we can make sure that WAVs are importing because this is an MP3. Yeah, hi, Princess. So, but let's talk about this while we're here because you have all of these audio things you can do. And I'm sure he'll be able to sort it out. No, we can try. I can try dragging and dropping. We'll see. I don't think it'll work. Let's go here. Swipe up. I don't think drag and drop works. No drag and drop. There you go. That don't work. Boom. So, but let's talk about the audio options because the developer's, fixing this up. He's constantly updating it. So I'm sure it'll be something that he only just added. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't. I've already tried that. See if I go to a file, right? Look, and go truth, export. There's no option for me to add it into that. I've already covered this in my own time because there's no folder in the Files app for it. Now you got to remember too. Let's be honest. He only just added the ability to add the Files app. The Files app only just became available a day ago. So this has only been out for a very short time. So there was an update to add the Files app, but maybe it just hasn't had everything for WAV files. So relax. It's only just come out and it's free. And I'm sure after watching this, it'll be something that will be added. So, but let's talk about the audio, what you can do here. Now, when I select audio, down the bottom, you've got a bunch of different options here. So you've got split, you can mute from down here. You can adjust the volume from down here. You can add fades. Look at this. And just hit a fade in and it gives you a level of fade in you'd like. And you can see the little curve at the beginning fading in.
This is not
And you can turn that down. You can do a fade out. So when you add the fade out, it's at the end of the song. Let's just chop this. It's too long. It'll be good. It'll be all right. He's a really good developer, and he's listening to us. Yeah, I've already emailed a bunch of things that I would love. So let's click on this audio file and we'll split it. Goodbye. We'll clip this out here, and now I can go in and add a fade out. So there's our fade out. We can turn that up. So you can see now when I play this. We've got a fade out. Sweet. Really nice. Plus, in effects, this is where it gets really fun. Let's just scroll back here. We can add effects, and look at all this stuff. We've got a peak limiter, dynamics processor, low pass, high pass, band pass, high shelf, low shelf, parametric, 10-band EQ. Look at that. Look at this 10-band EQ. Boom, boom, boom. Are you shitting me? We've got a 10-band EQ. We can jump out of there. We can add another effect. We've got distortion, delay, reverb. Let's add a delay. And you can move these around. So if we hit play now, we'll go scroll back here. Don't know why that's coming out one speaker. This is not another love song. Could be another issue. Let's remove that. We'll try removing that. We've got a delay here. Could be the delay that's doing it. Or have I done a, I've probably done something to it. I could have done something to it. So there's that. But there's a whole lot of effects in here. This is probably something that is still, we've got a pitch changer. In fact, let's jump out and reload. Sometimes that can, I don't know why we've gone to the left side. We're learning things, aren't we? Let's remove both of these and see if that fixes it. There we go. True to yourself. There's our reverb. So we've got a reverb, and you've got small room, medium room, large hall, a cathedral. So it's whenever I change the dry wet mix. So we're finding bugs as we're going. Awesome. Which is cool. Which is really cool. Because the developer's absolutely going to watch this and it'll give him an idea of things that need to fix. So yeah, we've got effects in there as well. What else did I say? We've got fade. We can re-add. We can duplicate. Good stuff. Let's just get rid of this track for now because it's given us too much trouble. We'll delete that. What else can we add? So we also can add audio from device. Not only that, we can add Pixabay music. Who needs to add my own music? I can just search for it whatever I want. Let's do funky upbeat music. Boom, and we can. Yeah. Hit download. This is how you do it. So it looks like you need a subscription here. I was like, what? Do we need a subscription? So you can hit download from here, or you can hit download from here. And it tells you this, say thanks, that's good. And then you hit use audio and yes, add it, thanks, boom. And you can now add it to your list in here. If you'd like to add it to this folder, you can add it in there. So it's now saved to use again. Wicked. How easy was that? So not only that too, we can go in here and take Pixabay sound effects. Boom. Ads. Why is that not working? Hang on a minute. Man. Let's get rid of, you can go too. Let's get rid of YouTube because it was working for me. We're finding some bugs, man. We're finding some bugs. It said it's registered with YouTube Content ID. Pixabay sound effects. There we go. Sound effects. Explosion. Doom. Boom. Thunder. Thunder, thunder, lightning. Very, very frightening me. Add. There is. Yes, add it. So now we can add it to here. You can make your folders. Add the clip. That's saved for me to use again. Pretty good. There's that. Pixabay sound effect, voiceover layers. You can hit here, add your own voice layer. You've got a record button. We're good to go. It said it's registered with YouTube Content ID. Right. So yeah, it'll tell you all that kind of stuff. So I can add a voiceover here just by hitting record, and it starts recording your voice. If you've got a mic in here, it let you add one. Weird. I don't know why it's not. It could be. Are you on iOS 16? It could be an iOS 16 issue, because it let me add them on my other iPad, which is on iOS 15. Remember, I'm on iOS 16, and iOS 16 is shit. So there we go. We added some voice there. Let's mute these effects. I can't hear the voice. I don't know how it recorded that, but yeah. So maybe it is an iOS 16 issue. So we can do all that kind of stuff. This thing's wicked. I know I've gone way over time today to try and explain everything that's in here, but hopefully you've got a good idea. The only ones that weren't showing up weren't downloaded from iCloud. That could be... No, I don't have iOS 16 and same. Maybe yours is updated. See, I've got the latest version of this. I do have the latest version. Let's check. Latest version. Yeah. So I do have the latest version on here. How do free ad creators make money? I don't know, Joe. I think it's ridiculous. I seriously think it's ridiculous that this developer is not charging for this. I know there's people watching this going, don't! We want it for free. But he at least, if he's going to charge even like at least $2.99, not like, fuck, this is, it's really, really good. Maybe he's making his money from X, yeah? So... I don't know, because he has SuperImpose X, and yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this video helps. I don't know how he's making money. It's criminal. It's criminal. So yeah, let's make something. Let's go out so he can hear my. This is where I've been making my shorts. So you can see my shorts here. Easy to make my shorts. You get a full screen look at it before you export it. Let's go out finally with the last thing we'll do today is we'll just mess around with some text. We'll start just a plain background here, just a custom background. Let's do a 16. This will be the last thing we do. And Pete's up next with GarageBand Weekly. And we've made a background here. And remember, you can change this background whenever you like. You can change the color of it to whatever color you like. You can do that really easily and do all that stuff. Anyway, what we're going to do here is add some text. So let's go to our plus, and I'll just show you some of the effects that you can do with text. We'll grab this, stretch it out, and double tap, and just put how to app on iOS. Boom. There's our text. We can go in here and change the text to whatever we'd like. To grab this lemon milk one. We'll make this a bit bigger. Now, I just want to touch on this. So you'll notice when I drag this around, it's got the snapping feature. And I was having lots of troubles going, but I don't want it to snap to the top. I want it to snap just below. But when I pull it down, it doesn't give me the option. It keeps snapping. And I was like, how do I stop the snapping? Here's how you stop the snapping. You'll notice up the top, just when you select the clip, there's these two buttons here. One is a lock, so you can lock the item into place. And the other one is this, which allows you to unsnap. So now you can move around clear off the grid. So you can move it to there, and then you can snap. But as soon as what I would do is get it to the middle, then unlock it, and then move it to where you want. So it took me ages to realize the little snapping unlock is up there. It's kind of not that intuitive. We'll turn it back on and bring it. Oops, let's go back. We'll bring it back down to the middle. And let's just run over some text effects. So effects, add effect. We go to our text edges. So we've got shadowing. And once you choose shadow, you can go in here and change the color of your shadow. So we'll make this white. And you can see there's your shadow. And just with your finger, you can do all this with your finger. You can just drag the shadow where you want it. So you can move it into place. Or you can use the controls down here to do it. So that's cool. You have your color. You can blur the shadow. You can scale the shadow as well. Go full screen so you can see all of that. You can change the opacity. So, and you can animate again, you can use your keyframes to animate all this stuff as well. But you can just drag it around with your finger wherever you want it. So there's that. And we can get out of here. We can stack up these effects too. So we could add like an outer glow to this as well. And then you just click on outer glow. And here's all your thickness of your glow. You can add a fade to it, so it fades out. You can add multiple colors for a gradient. So we could go in here and change this out. Nice. And again, you can animate these too, no problem. Add our thickness back, get a nice glow, hit our effects, and we keep stacking. What do we got? Add effect. Edge contours, and we can add an inner glow. So we've got an inner glow there. Change the margins, fades, all that kind of stuff, the colors. Then we can even add, what else can we add? There's so much more. We can add like a flaming edge, which is animated. And we can move these all around too. So we can change the speed of it. So when we hit play, we've got these flames going on. Now you'll notice it's looks stupid. Why is it like that? Why is it sitting there taking up so much room? This is where moving your effects around makes a difference. So you can see as I move this down below, we can get it here. So it's internal. So you can move these things around to get different effects. If we remove this inner glow, we'll get rid of this inner glow. We'll take this flame edges up here. So yeah, you can move these things around to whatever you kind of like. Let's get rid of this. That. Hit our edge flame, and we can add a radius. So without any other effects. So we've got these fire effects. Let's mute that and show you some of the other ones. Add effect, we've got this really cool lightning one. How cool is this one? Really sick. And again, these can all be animated. So if we jump out of this, we can go in here and add we can add to our text transitions, plus we can add them to the effects as well. So you can now click on the effect, get out of here, jump on here, go into the actual effect, electric edge, set this here, and then we could put a key point there and, oops, move this along, set another key point. So there's just so much you can do. So that's zooming out. So yeah, it's really, really impressive. There's just is so much to do. Let's see one more effect. We got radial shadows here, so you can get like a 3D effect, and you can animate that as well. You can glassify. You can do beveling as well. So you can do a bevel of this. Where's our bevel? We can, and if we need to, you got to remember, you need to move these down. So if we get rid of these electric edge and move our bevel down, you can bevel so you've got to, you can see we're starting to bevel this in here. So you can create bevels inside and out. Yeah, I covered font styles. Didn't I cover font styles? Just by double clicking. Heaps of font styles. Look at them all. Boom, boom, boom. And device fonts. So anything that's on the device or anything that you've installed using things like Fonty, iFonty or whatever. So you can do all of that. Can you open your LumaFusion project? No. That will not happen. The other thing, I mean, what I've tried to do, there is no folder. There's no folder in here whatsoever. So if you go into the Files app, like with LumaFusion, you can normally find on your iPad the folder, like there's a LumaFusion folder, but there's no folder for this. So you can't import anything in. As you see, we'll get down here. There's to S, what are we looking for? S, alphabetical name. So you can see there's no folder for this to actually drag and drop anything in. There you go. I just downloaded the iPhone version of this app and made a continuous video from 5 vids I filmed last night. The whole thing from installation, exporting took less than 60 seconds. Yeah, the exporting is like way fast. It's way fast, the exporting. You can't transfer projects. I said at the beginning of the show, I would love to see, so obviously the audio thing, if that's a problem, fixed. And I would love to see the ability here to export a project and then send that to somebody. That would be really cool. There's no way to actually export a project from me looking at this so far. Yeah. God, what's this shit I made? Look at this. So to go out today, what I will do is, I don't have this project. See, this pisses me off. Let me just give me a second here. I'll be back in a tick. Oh. Nice one, green screen. All right. I've left the building, but I'm back. Okay, so it just saved me trying to make another project here. I just want to show you what I made last night, which I think is really wicked. Can I jump over to my desk cam? There we go. Just to do with masking. So here's my other iPad. Check this out. Was it this one? Yeah. So just to show you what you can do with masking, let's hit play on this. And see this shark, how it has water inside it? The mask is the video underneath. And even the word shark has space. It has stars underneath it. So if I jump out and have a look at the project, there's stars. So everything is completely masked. Like the shark is masked. The word up here, the word shark has been masked as well. We've got some adjustments on there. I think that's the text. Where is the text? Effects. So there's quite a few tracks there as well too. So yeah, you can do some pretty amazing stuff with this. It's really cool. What was this one I made last night? Oh yeah, so this is just messing around with text kind of stuff. There's Russ. See, this sucks. I'd love to just import these, export these over to my other iPad because I use this iPad to make stuff on my bed. So how do you render projects to files? I'll show you one more time. One more time, and then we're out of here because Pete's up next. So we jump over here. Let's take, what have we made today? This was the thing we made, yeah? Cool. So once we've got our clip finished, I'm just going to trim this because I don't need all this stuff here. Let's just trim all this. We'll get rid of this track. Don't need it. Cool. So all I need to do is go up the top here. Boom. Render. Choose video. 1080p. 4K. Whatever you like. Let's go. Hit save. Look how quick that is. Look at it go. Boom. Done. It's zooming. Boink. Too easy. Exported. Jump over to the Photos app. And there it is. Super easy. I'm just going to mute that. And there you go. I know it's been a long show, so if you're still here, I know there's 15 of you. Thanks for hanging out, but I tried to cover as much as possible. But the thing is, for you to really just go grab it, play with it, it's free. Did I tell you that? It's free. Man, what's going on with my camera today? Making silly colors. It's all since I got new lights. There you go. And you can airdrop. You can't airdrop the project. That's again, I would love to be able to do that because you can share it. But as soon as you hit share, it creates the video. So unfortunately, I can't share the project. I would love to do that. But yeah, I could send this to my Mac or my iPad, wherever I want. Really cool. Boom. Shugga lugga 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 lugga. So much to... Oh, I didn't even have the screen on there, did I? So yeah, as soon as you go to share, it does a version of it. So how much is this free app? Yeah. Hey, the next time BBS is in the chat, Pete, do we have permission to go... Fuck off and go download this. Oh, fucking BBS. Unbelievable. I'll bet he's in the chat today. I'll bet BBS is over in your chat today, Pete, and he says, Pete, do you know when LumaFusion's coming, when Logic's coming out, and how much will it be? And when's the next iPad being made? And Pete, what's the inner workings of Apple? And do you have Tim Cook's phone number, please? I shouldn't pick on BBS. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out for this huge tutorial. Pete's made his peace with it. Well, me and Thomas giggle all the time. So I'm sure he'll be there today. But there you go. There it is. It's free. Have fun with it. Is it a LumaFusion killer? Yeah. Why not? Let's call it that. Come on, LumaFusion. Need to up your game, man. Need to up your game. Pete's up next. I'll dump you over there to Pete. I'll quickly cover this before we go. So Robin... Cheyenne, is that, why am I saying her name wrong today? She's coming on the show this week for an interview. Robin Cheyenne, she's coming on. It's going to be really good times. Tomorrow we're taking a look at the unfiltered audio apps. They're awesome. You're going to want to get them all. They're all on sale. And then the day after that, we're looking at Sand. It's like having the GarageBand sequencer as a standalone. It's really cool, really easy, really fun. And then on the weekend, I'm doing an opening hour and I'm playing songs from my first Dread Circus album. All acoustic from my very first album. I'll probably play the entire album. Who knows? All right. Go and get dumped. See you later. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. Remember, we'll all rise together and boom.